Hello YouTube. A little something different this week. We had Brian the brush back. We did some more lettering on the car. It now says CID 489 here. It's highly weathered so you can hardly see it, but I like it a lot. Brian and I talked a little bit about the tools of his trade, particularly his toolbox. And that's what follows, is the conversations on the tools that he uses, the brushes, the types of brushes, where the hair comes from, and then a little bit of his painting. Did you have other boxes, or did you come to this box as a...
This box is from a company called D-Flight, and they were actually built for people who are in, of all things, the dog grooming industry.
Okay, it kind of looks like a fishing tackle box.
Yeah. But somewhere along the way, sign guys realized that they make a really good sign painting box. I bought this one probably around 86, 87, I would say. And then D-Flight went out of business. And another company out on the West Coast mimicked these boxes almost verbatim around 2010 or so. And I don't know that I'll ever use it. I've got a brand new one in the box that I paid $475 for, and I don't know that I'll ever use it, but I've got it.
How many colors do you have in there?
I keep 44 colors in the box, and I can mix anything from those 44 colors.
Okay.
And those are all, with the exception of one, these are all stock colors from One Shot Lettering Enamels, which is a division of PPG. I provided tech support and R&D work to PPG for 14 years for the One Shot division. On a contract basis, I was an on-retainer contractor. Without patting myself on the back, I'm probably as knowledgeable about oil, alkyd enamels as anybody I know.
I've been running just a fan on your advice rather than running heat. I used to raise the heat, but I've just been running the fan on it.
Any enamels don't dry, they can actually dry incorrectly with heat. What you want is air circulation because they dry by oxidation.
Okay.
So.
Well, that's why the fan's running.
Yep, yep.
And how long should I run a fan on that? That was painted 3 days ago.
Oh, you're spinning your meter for no reason right now.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Because, if you touch it,
It's going to have a little bit of a squeak to it still.
Yeah.
And a lot of that, again, is going to come from the propellants that they use for aerosol these days.
Okay.
There's no way to force it really. It's just got to outgas on its own. And like I said, the propellants now, it used to be you needed your solvents to outgas for paint to properly dry. Now you need, with aerosol applications, you need the propellant as well as the solvents.
Okay, well that's why the can says 48 hours to recoat.
Okay.
And I believe that means it's not cured for 48 hours.
That means 48 hours it has
to
cured
get
to the point
inside.
where it cannot be reactivated.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why I run the fan so long.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I would think you're good. I mean, are you planning on recoating what you've done?
No. I'm just going to put the paint carpet over the top of it.
I'd wait about a week after painting to put the carpet down.
Oh, I'm so far away from that, it's ridiculous.
So what I'm going to do here, Glenn, because we want that distressed, aged look with this, I'm going to start with some 101 white lettering enamel. I'm going to cut that with some clear to weaken it. And this clear looks amber.
Yes.
But that's the solvents that are in it. Once the solvents outgas, it's 94% optically clear.
Okay.
Once cured.
All these technical things.
I was pretty fortunate that I paid attention on all those years I worked for PPG. And I'm always pretty curious about paint products too, which to me only makes sense because I work with them for a living. And then this is flattening paste, which will kill the gloss. Again, adding to the,
Age.
yeah. And I think I told you before, I carry almost everything I could ever need
In the one case
in my
here.
box.
I know.
Because this
That's
box,
why I brought the box up, because it's so important to you.
Yep. And because I never want to get to an on-site job and say, you know what, I forgot.
Yeah.
This box sits on a roll-around cart in my shop, and it's actually what I work out of all day long in the shop. It's probably almost extreme in how I care for my brushes.
Well, I see it all lined up and,
Yeah. And like these brushes are from a company called Langnickel.
okay.
This brush was manufactured sometime between like 1968 and 1975. I bought a collection of them that were still in the boxes. And you can't even get a brush this good anymore. These brushes were...
What makes a good brush?
For lettering, what makes a good brush, if you're using enamels, or urethanes are different. Urethanes, they use synthetic brushes because urethane would eat these right up.
Okay.
These are natural hair. Whereas some of these newer brushes are a mix of brown squirrel hair and gray squirrel hair. This is pure gray because it's an older brush.
Okay.
This sounds crazy, but they were made from one breed of squirrel in the Soviet Union called Chechesky squirrels.
Oh, wow.
And you could only use the hair off the last several inches of their tail. I know it sounds crazy,
Yeah.
but it's real. Mac Brush has been in business since the late 1800s, and I'm in the Mac Pinstriping Hall of Fame, and so I've got a good relationship with the people that run the company. It's a family-owned business. You cannot buy Chechesky gray squirrel hair anymore. That market went away with the collapse of the Soviet Union, oddly enough. I keep my brushes soaked in oil because I'm exposing them to mineral spirits for cleaning, various solvents and enamel paints for use. It's their natural hair. And just like if you were cleaning your hair with mineral spirits,
Right.
it would dry out and start breaking off. The reason these brushes hold up so well is because I keep them soaked in an acid-free oil. Traditionally, sign painters used to use neat's foot oil.
Okay. I've heard of neat's foot oil. That's
Some of the old guys used to just keep them in lard.
Okay.
The problem was they attracted bugs and mice. But neat's foot oil isn't what it used to be. It's not as pure as it used to be. And there are a couple of companies that manufacture brush oil now. I use oil from a company called Excalibur in Lyndhurst, New Jersey. They also manufacture a lot of these pinstriping brushes. It's a skilled trade, not too unlike being a good welder, a good mason, a good finish carpenter.
I don't know that I would compare them that way.
Yeah, that's how I view it. I have a fairly utilitarian outlook on what I do for a living. In fact, I may have told you on the last trip,
You don't sign your artwork.
I don't sign it, but my shop door says Brian the Brush World Headquarters, we'll do anything for our friends. And right below that it says, and all of my friends are dead presidents. It's what I do for a living. Like I say, to me, I always joke and say artists are people that once they're dead, other people make money off their work. So I just take my pounce pad, which has construction chalk in it. And that transfers my pattern. I made the pattern ahead of time in the shop. And then I used a pounce wheel, which is like a little serrated pizza cutter, and traced it. So if you look, you can see all the holes in there.
Okay, I got it.
So you can see the holes that the chalk passes through. And that is achieved by using this tool, which is called a pounce wheel. I trace my lettering with this little tool that gives me puts holes in my pattern for me. And it's not so much a crutch to be able to properly hand letter it, it's for consistency.
Yeah, and you're also, like you say, to you, this is a...
I'm expediting the job.
Right.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, the advantages to a quality brush are just, there's a myriad of advantages. As you can see, this brush, it holds a lot of paint.
That's one thing I was amazed at last time, which is you go and go and go. And when I paint with a paintbrush, I get like a foot and a half, and I got to get another load of paint.
Yep. These brushes are designed, the way they're cut and the way they're built, they're designed so that they hold a nice chiseled edge, but they also have this is referred to as the belly of the brush, and the belly holds a lot of paint. If you look at it close, this part of the brush is actually fatter than the tip of the brush, because the belly is there to hold paint and no other reason. And I'm literally working off the tip.
I see that.
When I would teach seminars on hand lettering or even pinstriping, I would refer to that as, imagine this was a ballerina doing a pirouette. You never want to flatten the brush against your surface. You want to keep working off of that tip. Now I've added hardener, a catalyst to the paint this time, which I didn't do the last time.
So it's going to go quicker.
That will expedite the drying process so we can go back in and age the paint.
Amazing how much paint the brush holds.
And again, I'm
You
trying to
keep
work
going
off,
and going and
I'm
going.
looking to work off, you can kind of see where the paint is missing.
Yes.
I'm working off that last 15 to 20% of the brush.
Yep.
If I do want to minimize my trips back to my palette to add paint to the brush, which is referred to as charging the brush,
Okay.
I can actually push paint out of the belly by holding it a little bit flat,
Yep.
and that brings more paint up to the tip. It is A-N-N-E, correct?
A-N-N-E.
With this brush, I can, with a single brush stroke, I can go from a thick to a thin. Now, is that too far gone?
No. If anything, I'd like to see some more of this go. Yeah. That's good.
I took a little too much off there, but I'll go back and touch it up.
Yep. Everything in its place and a place for everything.
Yeah, kind of squirrely about that. But when I get to that next job tomorrow, I'll know where everything is.
That's right.
It's like when I set up at a show, I've got a fairly elaborate booth, 10 by 20 display. I'm forever having people say, hey, I'll give you a hand tearing down. It's like, nope, I'll spend the 3 hours tearing it down myself because I know where everything goes.
When I have people here, when we work in a club, I tell them, don't put the tools away, leave them on the workbench, and I'll put the tools away. That way I can find them next time.
Yep, and they're wiped down. Yeah, one more reason I don't stripe at shows anymore is carrying this thing around. If someone had told me in 1979 you'll still be doing this in 2025, I would doubt it. Oh, that's not going to go.
I got paper towel right there.
Evaporate. It adds character.
Well, thank you very much.
No, Glenn, thank you as always. It's a pleasure to come out here and work with you.
Good.
You got a great shop. You're a good guy.
I hope.
Good guy.
That concludes this video. This came out very nice. I like it a lot. It is highlighted in black and weathered again. If you enjoyed this video, there will be more.